There has been moments in my life where I've definitely dealt with certain things that probably most people haven't dealt with, and 100% like just being able to be positive about it, joke through it. I had a motorbike accident 3 years ago. That was like quite severe. Like I was probably like inches away from death, and they actually didn't operate on me for 2 weeks just because they couldn't find a surgeon willing to do the operation. I really dislike that whole how we've put premiums on like certain occupations. Like this is prestigious, this isn't. Even in today's world where social media is so key, we have very little representation on mainstream media. Divorce rates are high, but we got so many little numbers of counselors or marriage advisors within our culture specifically. So it's like, you know what, everyone's just following those 3-4 jobs, and the rest is, you know, like, what do we do now?
The guys who are the most comedic, funny, witty, whatever it is.
We're the ones that are crying late
exactly.
at night.
They can't to sleep.
Yep. They even exposed me, Muzzammil. Now everyone knows what I'm doing late night. Once the TikToks are uploaded, I'm in bed crying.
But would you agree with that, Ali?
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. It's true, man. Think about it. Think about the funniest people that you know. And if you understand their backstory, you understand where they've come from, you're like, man, gee, that's some pretty heavy, dark stuff that's brought up some... Because laughter, humor, it's a coping mechanism.
Of course.
It's a good way for you to sort of shield your mind from a lot of the dark stuff they have to live through. And you come out the other end and you're like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just laugh my way through it.
Of course, yeah. No, I agree. Definitely, there has been moments in my life where I've definitely dealt with certain things that probably most people haven't dealt with, and 100% like just being able to be positive about it, joke through it, it gets you through it. So yeah, 100%.
So what trauma did you go through?
Probably the biggest thing is I had a motorbike accident 3 years ago. So that was like quite severe. Like I was probably like inches away from death.
Yeesh.
Like the doctors, I went straight from the scene to emergency into the hospital, and they actually didn't operate on me for 2 weeks just because they couldn't find a surgeon willing to do the operation. It was that risky? Level of because I had basically gone through a pole, and my left side of my arm was completely shattered. Like every bone in there was just like little pieces. So even right now, I got 21 plates. I got like 35 screws. So yeah, it's a whole thing on this robotic, bro. This Iron Man.
You look like a solid guy right now.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah, now we've got like a lot better and whatnot. But yeah, that was definitely like a period that, you know, like was one of the most severe moments in my life. Like definitely a dark place. Obviously that happened through COVID as well. So interaction with people was limited as well. So like I couldn't see my family for the 2 weeks I was in emergency hospital. Once I came out, I had 4 surgeries back to back. But yeah, alhamdulillah, got through that.
I did not know that. Did you know that?
No idea.
I think I mentioned this on my social media accounts like once. So I don't want to like post things that make people sad or anything. I want them to laugh. I want them to be, you know, happy about things. So yeah.
Well, now everyone's sad, Rams.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so
thank you, Rams.
Out of interest,
your fans probably didn't even know that.
Your out of interest viewers are out of tissues at this point with the back-to-back emotional podcast episodes. What's going on, guys?
But you know what? At the end of the day, being an influencer, everyone talks about
that word.
Being authentic, right?
What do you like? What do you like?
Creator,
content creator.
Creator.
Okay, being a content creator, it's all about authenticity. But the funny thing is, I've always found that they use the word authenticity pretty hypocritically, because I don't think everyone is perfectly manicured and every single thing in their life is always hunky-dory. I'm like, how is that authentic? Talking about what you just shared now, that's authenticity. That's correct. The genuine you. And there are some people out there who'll be like, you know what? Your I guess status in their eyes will increase like that. Like, you know what, this guy's actually is a legitimate, genuine human being who's willing to put himself out there and share himself authentically. That's authenticity, not just perfectly edited, cropped content.
Of course, 100%. No, I agree as well. That's why the side of me that is on social media, I don't even feel like that's a character. Like what you see online is me. It's just a side of me. Like definitely, I haven't been able to portray all sides of myself online, and that's like with reasons as well. There's certain elements that I don't want to portray,
Privacy.
Of course. But at the end of the day, whatever is portrayed is still authentic in my eyes. So like, it's not like a character or a presence that like, you know, I'm putting on a role or anything for the camera. But I 100% agree. And these type of conversations actually are the ones that inspire people most. At the end of the day, people laugh, yeah, cool, but then they forget about it. But these type of conversations, when you're being deep with people, you're being real and authentic, as you said, they're the ones that really like hit home, you know, essentially.
Is the Rams on social media the real Rams, or is that a show?
No, it is a real Ramas.
Real
It is a side of Ramas that is real for
sure. To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things on social media, like what you see, you won't be able to understand. Like, for example, like I've had like a proper like corporate, like I'm a chartered accountant essentially. So I left the industry to pursue content creation, but no one knows about that side because I'm not making corporate jokes. I'm not making like GST tax return TikToks, you know? So like that was a side of me. For 7 years, I was a chartered accountant, you know,
Wow.
within the actual financial in industry, all of that. That's a side of me. The other side is Ramis that spends a lot of time with his family. I have videos with my mum where my mum is only known by her voice. So there's no face of my mum. So there's, you know, all these elements of different sort of privacy essentially. But yeah, there's different sides of Ramis, I like to believe.
Tell me about this, right? So you're a Pakistani guy in origin?
Yes, correct.
Now, so am I. We Desi people are brought up with a very clear life plan. From
Of
the day we're
course.
born,
100%.
parents plot out step by step, you are going to be this.
Yep.
The fact that you were an accountant, I had no idea about that. So that sort of ticks one box over there.
Yep.
How did it go when you told your mum that, Mama, I'm leaving accounting
Yeah.
and I will now become content creator?
Yeah. I definitely
How
said
does that go? What does Mama do?
Mama
Is
picks
it-
up a
is-
chappal and throws it straight at
exactly.
my face. Nah, alhamdulillah, my parents are very, very supportive. So believe it or not, they were actually on my side for this.
No way.
Yeah, literally. I feel very, very blessed to like have parents like this, essentially, that are supportive of it. But yeah, I wish there was like a stereotypical joke that I could tell you that, nah, mum said no, not at all, this and that. Their only thing was just fulfill your education, get all of your things done, and then make a decision with what you want to do. So their only kind of like, I said, request was like, finish your degree, finish your CA, and then let's see what you want to do. So alhamdulillah, I finished my CA, I finished my degree, and then at the end of the day, I still wanted to pursue content. And like, you know what, go for it. Because I think they know me essentially,
Yeah.
that whatever I put my mind to, I will try and go for it. So it wasn't like he's gonna like, you know, because believe it or not, I've had aunties at weddings come up to me, Beta, you've left chartered accounting to what? Do TikToks and sell kurtas online? And I'm like, yeah, I have. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
What's the shame in that?
What do I say to that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, our culture, I honestly, I really dislike that whole, how we've like put premiums on like certain occupations. Like,
Yeah.
this is prestigious, this isn't. You can be a doctor, but you can't be like a counselor, for example. And within our community, like, we're running out of like creatives. We're running out of people that you can go to for other elements that are required in today's society.
Yeah.
We only have doctors, lawyers, and engineers and accountants around. So yeah, definitely, alhamdulillah, my family was really good and supportive on that.
Would they have been less supportive if you were leaving medicine to become a content creator?
Okay.
Accountants, they make a bit of
Yeah,
money,
yeah,
but they're
yeah.
not doctors. If you were a doctor,
My mom would have been like, make sure you're making videos about being
About
a
being
doctor,
a doctor.
and that is it. That's as much content you could create in your little
because
practice.
that's the holy grail for this.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
the epitome of success. If my kid's a doctor, that is it.
Yeah.
I've made it. I can die in peace now.
Honestly. And I kind of like, although it's good if people want to pursue medicine, by all means go for it. But I hate how, as parents, they kind of push that on you, because we need more people in different fields.
Yeah.
Like, even in today's world where social media is so key, we have very little representation on mainstream media. We divorce rates are high, but we got so many, like, we got little numbers of counselors or marriage advisors within our culture specifically. So it's like, you know what, everyone's following those 3-4 jobs, and the rest is, you know, like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
So
I
it's sad.
thought like he was a full-time content creator. When I was messaging him and stuff to
Yeah.
organize the halal money
Yeah.
stuff, he's like, bro, I'm thinking about quitting my job. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're working? I thought he was making bank on the side. I'm like, I was shocked. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, what the hell are you doing? There's so much money in content creation. And then, I mean, like obviously we know that side.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of money to be made there.
Of course, yeah.
The older generation don't know that,
Mm.
right? And I feel like if you ace content creation, right, you could make bank. Like,
course,
real-
yeah.
And I see people make bank.
Yeah,
I'm like,
100%.
Ramos, like, a lot of people know you, right? A lot of people. And the way I know that is because when you did the halal money videos, I had a meeting yesterday with some girl wanting a job. She messaged me on LinkedIn, right? This might grow your head a little, but she
It's
messaged...
already big enough, bro. It's big enough. Might get to your level now.
She messaged me on LinkedIn. She's like, I really like the halal money app. You know, I want to work with you guys. Can I meet you? I'm like, all right, no worries. Set up a meeting. And it was yesterday before we flew down to Sydney. And I'm like, so where'd you hear about the halal money? It's like, Ramos. I'm like, what?
No way.
I saw Ramos' video on TikTok. I'm like, really? It's like, I love Ramos. I love him so much.
Hey, you better have hired Ali. I swear to God, give her a raise right now.
She's like, I love him. I've been following him for years. I buy from his shop. We'll get into your shop a bit later on. Actually, you know what? Let's get into your shop now, actually. She's like, He's like, Ramos, like he has amazing customer service. I'm like, what do you mean he has amazing customer service? It's like, I bought clothes from his shop, and then the clothes came all like, I think the rocks or something were all like broken or something. And then I told the company, and then Ramos messaged me saying he's very sorry. There's a new one coming, blah, blah. He was so nice, so fast. I'm like, Ramos. Right? I'm like, calm down with Ramos. It's like, I really want to work with you to meet Ramos. I'm like, all right, we'll get to that level. But people love you, man.
Nah,
What's up with that?
No. Okay, yeah, my head's grown now. What do I say to
You can't help it.
Nah, first and foremost, she better have got the job, all right?
Not yet.
Fast track the process and give her the bloody job. But nah, alhamdulillah, yeah, I feel like if you're genuine with yourself and on camera, then people relate to that. There's so much, like the audience now can kind of cut through people's bullshit and see who's in it for the clout, who's in it for the money, who's in it for the fame. Alhamdulillah, I'm not in it for any three of those reasons. I genuinely just create content because I enjoy the process of it.